Welcome. I am Trish Hall, Chair of the Centers for Spiritual Living Global Outreach Committee and a dedicated member of the Global Heart of Peace Initiative. It is my honor and delight to welcome everyone to this most auspicious occasion, the 10th anniversary of collective meditation here at Centers for Spiritual Living Las Vegas. I love today's theme. Let's piece it together. Let's magnetically draw to us that peace that surpasses human understanding and live into it so completely.
Welcome you to the opening of this peace service. And as we take our eyes and gently close them, we center ourselves into a state of calmness. We center ourselves into a state of peace. We center ourselves in moving all those things that got us up here, and got us through here, the hustle and bustle. As we mentioned this morning, for the next hour and a half, let us open our hearts, open our minds, and listen to that Holy Spirit that is always talking to us. And in the centering, I like to quote a very special song that written by John and Yoko. She says, all we are saying is give peace the chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. Everyone talks about a lot of things going on, but all we are saying is give peace the chance. And let's meditate on that for a few seconds. Give peace the chance. 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 Blessing all of you who came here today and all you will do today. Please give peace a chance. And so it is.
Welcome. I am Trish Hall, Chair of the Centers for Spiritual Living Global Outreach Committee and a dedicated member of the Global Heart of Peace Initiative. It is my honor and delight to welcome everyone to this most auspicious occasion, the 10th anniversary of collective meditation here at Centers for Spiritual Living Las Vegas. I love today's theme. Let's piece it together. Let's magnetically draw to us that peace that surpasses human understanding and live into it so completely that we are what Dr. Holmes describes as irresistibly led to today's focus, becoming a possibilitarian. I am totally committed to unlimited possibility. The feeling of being a possibilitarian is exhilarating. So I am so richly blessed to be in your company. Thank you for your ongoing dedication to peace. I know our consciousness and our commitment is changing the world. Come change the world with me. Namaste.
Palm Sunday is the final Sunday of Lent, the beginning of Holy Week, and commemorates the triumphant arrival of Christ in Jerusalem, days before he was crucified. Palm Sunday is known as such because the faithful receive palm fronds, which they use to reenact Christ's arrival in Jerusalem. In the Gospels, Jesus entered Jerusalem riding a young donkey, and to the lavish praise of the townspeople, who threw clothes and palms or small branches in front of him as a sign of homage. This was a customary practice for people of great respect. Palm branches are widely recognized as a symbol of peace and victory, hence their preferred use on Palm Sunday. The use of a donkey instead of a horse is highly symbolic. It represents the humble arrival of someone in peace, as opposed to arriving on a steed in war. A week later, Christ would rise from the dead on the first Easter. During Palm Sunday Mass, palms are distributed to parishioners, who carry them in a ritual procession into church. The palms are blessed, and many people will fashion them into small crosses or other items of personal devotion. These may be returned to the church or kept for the year. Because the palms are blessed, they may not be discarded as trash. Instead, they are appropriately gathered at the church and incinerated to create the ashes that will be used in the following year's Ash Wednesday observance. The colors of the Mass on Palm Sunday are red and white, symbolizing the redemption in blood that Christ paid for the world.
And if you are comfortable, please let's close our eyes. Turning off the outward view to tune into the inward view. I invite you to tune into your heart. And if you feel comfortable, place a hand over your heart. And as you do so, you create greater coherence between your mind and your heart, bringing forward the energy of the heart is what is going to bring us into this new era, but it must begin in the heart. So as you feel your heart beating, you tap into the space of the heart, and in this space, there is only God. Let us all take a big collective breath in through the nose. And exhale. Letting go of your thoughts, letting go of the day, the week. Another big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more big deep breath in through the nose. Today we give peace a chance as we gather together in the power and energy of peace. Very good. Now you can place your hand back down, but I invite you to continue to feel the pulsing of your heart, for that is the rhythm of life. It is the rhythm of God. It is the reminder that you are indeed alive. And from within, the power resonates from your heart. As in your heart, I invite you to say, I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. You'll notice that the breath of life continues to breathe through you. I invite you to notice your breath, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Now we're going to slow things down just a little bit, breathing in slowly and exhaling nice and slow and long. Breathing in slowly and exhaling nice and slow and long. As you breathe, I invite you to become aware of this room, this space, the space that you are in. The ceiling above you, the walls around you, the floor below you. Although you cannot see them, you know that you are safe, that you are sheltered, that you are in a room full of people who are all breathing in slowly and exhaling nice and long. I invite you to become aware of the cooler air on your exposed skin, your face, your neck, your arms, your hands, perhaps your ankles, for some of you, your feet. I invite you to become aware of your clothes against your skin and your skin against your clothes. Your clothes, they support you, they comfort you, they cover you. I invite you to become aware of the people that are nearby. Though you cannot see them, you sense them. You are aware of them as they breathe and you breathe. I invite you once again to return to your heart, to turn on that light in your heart, that beautiful bright white light in your heart, like a ball of light, like a star in the center of your chest. Activate that heart. As you breathe in slowly and exhale nice and long and slow, release what you are holding on to as you allow peace to fill your heart. Once again, I invite you to say, I am peace in your heart. I am peace. I am peace. And as you do so, that peace, it fills, it meshes, it blends with that light in your heart. And now you are emitting the energy of peace in your heart, in our hearts. And as you do so, all of our hearts connect in the energy of peace, like a beautiful web of peace, all across this space, across this room, and to all of those who are listening from home. We create a web of peace. So I invite you to imagine that light in your heart. Expand that light like sunbeams, like starshine. Expand that light from your heart. Expand it out to fill this entire room, filling this entire room, filling every single person in this room with that beautiful light of peace, filling everyone and everything in this room, expanding, expanding. I invite you to expand that light even further, to expand out to fill this entire neighborhood. Fill the entire neighborhood with that light of peace from your heart, from all of our hearts, a web of peace, a web of light of peace spreading throughout the entire neighborhood, filling everyone and everything. Expanding, expanding that light from your heart even further, expanding to fill the entire city of Las Vegas, filling everyone and everything with that further, expanding beyond the city to fill the entire country, expanding, expanding to fill all of the United States of America with that beautiful light from your heart, that light of peace from all of our hearts, a web of light spreading across the country, filling everyone and everything, filling all of the people, all of the plants, all of the vegetation, all of the animals, filling everything and everyone with that light of peace. Breathing in slowly and exhaling nice and long, allowing that light to continue to expand. As you expand that light even further, expanding, expanding, to fill the entire planet, filling all of Mother Earth, deep into the heart of Mother Earth, sending her peace, this beautiful web of light from your heart, from all of our hearts, a light of peace that spreads wide into the waters, into the lands, the countries, the continents, into the places of war, into the places of hatred, into the places where there is darkness. We send light, all of our hearts joined in light, joined in peace, a web of light, filling everyone and everything, filling all of humanity, filling all of the animals, great and small, filling all of the hills, the mountains, the rivers, the lakes, the lions, the tigers, the bears, the elephants, the butterflies, the ants, filled with that beautiful light of peace. As you breathe in slowly and exhale nice and long, there is peace. We are connected in peace. We raise the vibration of peace within everyone and everything, knowing that together we are peace. Breathing in slowly and exhaling nice and long. And as you dwell in peace, I invite you to imagine a place where you feel great peace. As we expand this vibration of peace, it expands within you, it expands within the light in your heart. And we ground the vibration of peace in that place of peace within us. We are the world. Every single person is the world.
heart smiles with great joy as I radiate peace, love, and light to all precious beings in my world. Dear all-loving Father, Mother God, I am so grateful, knowing that with you working with me, through me, as me, that we are co-creating with hundreds of millions of other people, compassionate, head, heart, connected, democratic democracies across our entire planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
I am grateful. I'm gratefully living in a new earth reality now. This allows me to be peace on earth. And I celebrate this peace, wildly receiving this grand miracle. And so it is. I am pioneering this life of peace in this new earth reality, walking, breathing, tending this embodied peace that is now realized as me. And so it is.
The power and presence of peace is spirit expressing itself through each person on this planet. It is the care and kindness we share with others. It is the hand and heart that offers support where it is needed. And it is the love that lights the path we journey upon daily. Peace is the truth of who I am, and I spread it abundantly.
Peace is the place below the tension. I choose to live at the depth of peace.
The peace of God is mine to call upon always. It is part of my divine inheritance. As I feel the peace of spirit in this sacred moment, I breathe deeply and know that all is well.
Spirit in action is love, peace, joy, and understanding. I choose to live as the enlightened vessel of spirit, and I carry the message wherever I go. Love, peace, joy are my wisdom wherever I am, and I follow their lead.
Peace flows through me and shapes how I respond to the world.
I carry the awareness of God within me. I pause, breathe, become still, and rest in divine presence of peace, calm, and love. I trust the comforting presence of God. I am peace. Thank you.
Peace, the ultimate destination. This is the key to living in this free world, a world free of worry, doubt, and fear. Our continuing mission is to seek the kingdom within us, to become more aware of our true nature and our true self, and to boldly love further than we've ever loved before.
I think we need a bigger stage. Stage manager of the sound bowl person.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Lauren Ballardini. I think I know almost everybody. It is my pleasure to present the first Power Talk of the morning. And I just want to thank Aldo for putting the theme together today of Let's Piece It Together. And I asked him a while ago if I could speak about peaceful communication. It's a passion of mine. So I'm going to ask, how many of you recall the saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but... And how long did it take for someone's words to actually hurt? Yeah. So I want to give you a couple of definitions. The definition of the word peace is a state of harmony characterized by the absence of conflict, violence, or disturbance, allowing individuals and communities to live without fear or hostility. It can also refer to a sense of inner tranquility and freedom from emotional turmoil. Boy, have I been feeling that this morning, thanks to all that came before me. In our Science of Mind textbook, Dr. Holmes includes in his definition of peace that it is a state of inner calm so complete that nothing can disturb it. The infinite is always at peace because there is nothing to disturb it. So the definition of the word communication is the exchange of thoughts, messages, or information as by speech, signals, writing, or behavior. Wouldn't it be great if we could learn to exchange our thoughts, messages, and information in a way that fosters tranquility and harmony within ourselves and with those we communicate with? Okay, so I have a question for you. When was the last time you felt defensive when speaking with someone? How about wanting to tell so-and-so that they need to straighten up, change their opinion, or change their behavior? Chances are we've all been there in the not too distant past, maybe the distant future. And when this happens, we are likely not engaging in peaceful communication. Now, I think it's important for you all to know that I have a history of not being the best communicator. Well, actually, I was a great communicator if the point was to share my opinion, and often bluntly, and sometimes not very kindly. And I know that there's some people listening, Reverend Stacy and Cheryl, who were privy to that before my classes of practitioner training, and my family that will probably be watching this later. But I'm so grateful for my practitioner training and the numerous courses I've taken since that have helped me help others communicate with intention. And it's improved my relationships along the way too. So since pivoting to my current profession as a counselor, I've had the honor of working with many individuals and couples, and one of the main issues people struggle with is communication. And what most of my couples mean by communication troubles is that their partner is not doing what they want. But I've learned that what gets in their way is that they're not truly communicating about what is in their heart. Let me provide a quick example of this in a family situation. A parent, when speaking with their adult child, says, "You never visit me. You say you're so busy, yet I see you find time to travel to all sorts of other places." Do you think that parent is really speaking about what's longing in their heart? Do you think that child is receiving that message? Neither is experiencing tranquility or harmony. Tell me how it would land with you this way instead. The parent says, "I've been feeling lonely lately, and I've been missing you a lot. I wonder if we could look at our schedules and find time for a visit." How do you think each of them feel after that? Okay, so right now you're probably thinking, "Great, Lauren, that is easier said than done." And yes, that is true. But we have all made changes in pursuit of our own growth. You are all sitting here as students of Science of Mind. You've learned to pray affirmatively, you've taken classes, you've worked on daily spiritual practices. And just like the changes that we've made with our thinking, we too can do so with our speaking. So much of what I'm sharing is based on a book that I recommend called Nonviolent Communication by Dr. Marshall Rosenberg. And if Kaden would put up this slide, Dr. Rosenberg describes compassionate communication as speaking and listening that leads us to give from the heart and connect us with ourselves and with each other in a way that allows our natural compassion to flourish. This reminds me of a story that Dr. Tom, who was married to our founder, Reverend Cynthia Clare, he had a conversation with us during practitioner classes, and I was in my righteous indignation stage. And he asked me with the kindest eyes to consider whether I wanted to be right or if I wanted to be loved. So I want to share some tips with you for engaging in more compassionate communication. The first is to communicate what you observe. This is where we learn to present the simple facts that we have observed without judgment or adding our personal value to those observations. So an example of this would be saying, I noticed you were looking at your phone during our dinner, versus, you never listen to me when we're having dinner. Can you see how the first statement will be less likely to make someone defensive? Observational statements focus on what is factual without adding meaning to someone else's behavior. Another tip is taking responsibility for our feelings. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is a tough one for many. It requires a change in perspective on how others' behavior or statements affect us. A big truth here. Nobody causes us to feel anything. Their behavior may be the stimulus, but it is not the cause. For instance, if someone tells me I'm selfish, I can say they've made me mad and therefore I lashed out. However, they did not make me mad. I likely felt hurt that they perceived me in that way, but it is my perception that led to my feelings. A more compassionate response, if I was in my Zen place, for myself, if the other person called me selfish, would say, when I hear you say that I'm selfish, I feel hurt because I don't think you recognize how I make effort to consider your preferences. Now listen, I know that takes a few extra moments. But listen, imagine the amount of time saved by the argument that does not ensue or my lingering hurt feelings. Another tip is to locate our true feelings. How many words do you use to express yours? Here are the ones that I hear most often from people that I have the honor of working with when they're upset. I'm anxious, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, I'm hurt, I'm mad. So if Caden would put up this other slide, I'd like you to take a look at this emotion wheel. You cannot see, there's over 100 words describing feelings here. And you probably can't see all the words, but if you kind of focus on the purple, blue, and teal, there's so much richness. I get a lot of excitement sharing this with people because they have to look beneath the surface. When I present this to someone who maybe has said they're frustrated with the situation, I have them read this chart, and then they might describe themselves as disheartened or disappointed. It's a different place. So the last tip I'd like to share then is the importance of sharing our needs after we've connected it to our feelings. If we learn to look inside of ourselves and pinpoint how we're truly feeling, then it's from that place that we can state the need. Remember I talked to you about the lonely parent. You know, the parent said they were lonely and missing their child, and then could they schedule a visit? They stated their feeling and then connected it with the need. Here's one more example. Perhaps you say to someone in your family, you never clean your dishes, you obviously don't respect me. How would it land if instead I said, I feel overwhelmed when I come home to a sink full of dishes? I'd like it if you would clean the kitchen after you use it. So, if you don't remember all of these tips, it's okay. I'd like you to have this as your takeaway. Before responding, especially when activated, I want you to pause. I want you to pause and take a breath. I want you to pause and find your center. I want you to pause before speaking. If you're able to remember that, then you will then be more likely to practice what Dr. Tom taught me those many years ago. How would love speak here? Thank you.
After After more than 3,700 kilometers on foot, a group of Buddhist monks arrive in Washington, D.C. After more than 3,700 kilometers on foot, a group of Buddhist monks arrive in Washington, D.C. They've walked for more than 3 months, carrying a simple message: peace.
Spread only that message, loving kindness, compassion, and peace to the universe, instead of hate and anger and greedy and delusion, all kind. This world will turn into a better place for all of us to live.
Their journey began in Fort Worth, Texas last October, when 19 monks set out from their temple with little more than robes, backpacks, and their rescue dog, Aloka. From there, through Louisiana and Mississippi, where they began to pick up followers. After that, they trekked through the South, including Columbia, South Carolina, where the crowd swelled to the thousands as word of their journey began to spread. Later, they reached Richmond, Virginia, and more joined. They walked through rain and snow, averaging around 30 kilometers a day. In all, they traveled across 8 states before reaching their final destination, the equivalent of crossing nearly half the country on foot.
Over a 4-month and 2,300 miles long walk to Washington, D.C., there were blessings, prayers, expressions of love, and jokes.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out this morning in this cold weather. Are you not working at all? Today's Monday, right? Is it? And why are you here?
Venerable Bhikkhu Paniakara is the leader of the Walk for Peace pilgrimage.
This world been receiving so much anger and hatred and everything already. That is why it's coming back to us with all kind of sufferings, all kind of disasters. So we walk not to bring any attention to us, but we just hope that we raise awareness of peace to all the people who we meet along the road.
As their message resonated with thousands, the crowds they met along the road only grew, and their social media channels exploded, racking up millions of followers.
We've been following them on their journey, and this was the only opportunity we were going to have to see them.
Woody Woodis and Thuy Dong drove down from Milton, Delaware to greet the monks in Alexandria, Virginia, with signs in both Vietnamese and English. For them, it was a humble and peaceful moment.
We want to support the monks for what they're doing, and I think world peace is what we need right now. It's very important.
Alexandria resident Donna Walker came to greet the monks as a witness to history.
It makes me feel like I'm invincible. I can do anything. There's nothing I can't do. I can't imagine being in the cold the way they had been, in the cold weather, in the snow, and still persisted with kindness and peace and love. So yes, it's very inspiring.
Even a devastating car accident in November that left one of the monks with an amputated leg didn't stop the monks from spreading their message. It's why attendees came from all over, like Faye Yang, who drove 16 hours from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
My heart is full. I feel so much peace and love already. With just the people I'm saying hi, and like this friend I just met like 2 minutes ago.
She couldn't wait to take the lessons she learned from the monks back home.
I learned that to let things go, forgive each other quickly, gonna teach them to have a big heart and not to be so angry.
Monica Newby from Charlottesville, Virginia added,
compassion and caring and love just make such a better place. We're all better for it.
Before the group continued the final leg of their journey, they gifted peace bracelets to those who came to wish them well.
When we started out, I only brought like 1,000 pieces of the peace bracelet. And guess how much we have passed out by now? Over 100,000 of peace bracelet we have passed out.
And in exchange, the crowd shared gifts, smiles, and thankful hearts. For PBS News, I'm Dima Zain.
Good morning. I guess today is Sunday, that's why you're all here, right? Lauren, thank you so much for that message, talk that you gave. I'm feeling good about it, though. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, actually looking at the emotion wheel, it reminds us that before we can truly communicate peacefully with others, we have to understand what's happening within ourselves. And when we recognize and navigate our own feelings, whether that is moving through fear or sadness, we create the space to respond from a place of serenity, acceptance, and love. And that is exactly how we piece it together. There you go. As we continue to explore our theme this morning with this powerful question, what if? I invite you to wander with me a bit. What if peace isn't just a quiet feeling we wait for, but a path we choose to walk even when the ground is shaky? Our focus today is let's piece it together. And to do this, we must become what Dr. Norman Vincent Pym, a possibilitarian. So, someone who sees a road where others sees a dead end. We just saw a profound example of this in the video. Think about those Buddhist monks who just arrived in Washington, D.C. They didn't just offer a prayer for peace from a safety of a temple. They walked for it for 108 days straight. Imagine the persistence required for that. 108 days of sunrises and sunsets. Through changing weather and tired feet, they remain on their track. Their journey was a literal puzzle of peace. Piece by piece, mile by mile, they pieced it together. And because they committed to that path, they inspired millions. That is the power of one person or one group deciding to be a possibilitarian. They remind us that the word peace is a verb. It is something we do, and it's simply an action, not just a word. About a couple of weeks ago, actually, thank you, Reverend Stacy, for that article you shared with us from Jim Lockhart to the mock team. That was a beautiful and timely article. While reading, I was struck by his reminder that we have a choice in how we navigate our current environment. Jim points out that the world often pulls us to be externally driven by a political conflict, war, and the constant churn of social media. But our teaching encourages us to be internally driven by our divine nature. He calls this following your bliss or soul's agenda. The soul's agenda isn't just a nice idea. It's just a set of possibilities perfectly suited to who you really are. Jim explains that the universe works by laws of attraction and complementary energies. Sometimes these energies look like pieces of puzzle that fit together, even when they seem to be in opposition. When we are internally driven, we don't withdraw in fear. We bring our best selves to the surface to resolve those oppositions and work for positive change. Today is March 29. It is celebrated in the Christian calendar as Palm Sunday. Metaphysically, this represents the processional entrance of truth into our consciousness. It is the moment we allow the highest vibration of peace to ride into the Jerusalem of our daily minds. This practice of mental authority is an ancient one of the earliest Western records in my recollection of this intentional centering comes from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. who reigned from 161 to 180 AD. That's after that. Think about that. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a man tasked with ruling an entire empire during times of plague and war sat down to write what we know as the Meditations. He wasn't writing for an audience. He was practicing being a possibilitarian. He famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Jim Lackard notes, if you are alive during these times, today, your presence is required. You aren't just an observer of history. You are a necessary component of the world's peace right now. Without you, peace is nothing. This brings us to what I call the final beat of the most powerful part of our realization today. It ties the grand scale of the universe, the turning of the seasons and the rising of the sun directly to you. Your existence is just as intentional as any star in the sky. You are here. To ground this, I want to share a prayer with you that I've learned when I was growing in the Philippines. It's a universal prayer. It has been spoken in every language, across every border. Metaphysically, we recognize that it is not a plea to a distant God or deity, but instead it's an affirmative meditation designed to align our human consciousness with the divine mind. It is a psychological tool for shifting our awareness from material limitation to spiritual reality. So, love yourself and be at peace. Please join me in silence in this affirmative meditation of the Lord's Prayer. Ama namin, sumasalangit ka. Sambahin ang ngalan mo. Mapasa amin ang kaharian mo. Sundin ang loob mo dito sa lupa para na sa langit. Bigyan mo kami ng aming kakanin sa araw-araw at patawarin mo kami sa aming mga sala. Mahal ng pagpapatawad namin sa nagkasala sa amin. At huwag mo kami ipahintulot sa tukso. Iadya mo kami sa lahat ng masama. Sapagkat iyo ang kaharian, ang kapangyarihan, at ang kalwalhatian, magpakailanman. Amen. At ngayon na. Namaste.
Everything's changing. Some days it feels like we've lost control. I know inside you feel like breaking. Don't wanna face the day. Everyone's changing, standing divided, fighting wars. It's hard. It's hard when friends, they seem like strangers. This don't feel like home anymore. But in a world where everything's changing, life's taking your crown. Don't you know that better days will come? You're not alone, you're not alone. Everything's changing, like the seasons. There's one thing that we know: what's in the past can't be undone. I gotta keep on pushing against the flow. The game is always changing. Then why play by the rules at all? 'Cause time is never waiting. Lay down your cards and see which way they fall. But in a world where everything's changing, life's taking your crown. Don't let it go. There's better days ahead. You're not alone. But in a world where everything's changing, life's taking your crown. Don't you know that better days will come? You're not alone. 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 You're not, you're not, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not, you're not, you're not alone. You're not
So now it's time for us to practice the law of circulation. Ushers are coming forward. They answer before I even speak. I love that. Come on, are they more? Oh, you did? Okay. That's enough. So would you please place your gift in your hands and place your hand over your heart and join me in saying the affirmative prayer that's on the screen. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper, It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. All of us live in a very abundant universe, and each of us are blessed abundantly. And I know that our highest good is always, always unfolding. Our Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, we are so grateful for your financial support and also for the giving of your time and your talent. Thank you so much for being a part of our spiritual family. And so it is.
Do these announcements as peacefully as I can. Life Reflection Cafe meets every Monday at 10 a.m. right here at the center, and it's a compassionate gathering with Jamie Jetty, practitioner Jamie, and on reflection and connection and grief. The Healing Words Book Club for April is reading We Are the Women by Nora O'Donnell, and the next meeting is April 29th at 4 p.m. So see the happenings table to join that. And we've only got one more day today to buy lilies for next Sunday for our joint service with Unity for Easter at 10 a.m. So buy a lily for $12 in honor of someone or yourself or in memory of someone. And then Reverend Stacy is teaching a wonderful new class starting Saturday, April 18th at 10 a.m. And it's called Embodying Our Global Vision. And the tuition is just $125 for that. And our practitioner, Gary Alimo, is hosting his Spiritual Living Circle again on Saturday, April 18th, on Zoom from 10 until noon. And of course, the cost is free, and the group discusses the Science of Mind magazine articles. So when you sign up, you'll receive a 6-month free digital subscription. And we want to thank everyone, the ministers and the board want to thank everyone that has gone to our Amazon wish list and purchased supplies for the center. And when you're shopping, please remember to buy anything extra that you can for those that are food insecure, anything that's non-perishable. And of course, for prayer support, just send your prayer request to prayer@lasvegascsl.org or text 702-524-7096. And of course, our bookstore is open today with lots of new items over there, as well as the chance for you to buy your lilies today. So follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website at lasvegascsl.org. Let's have a beautiful Palm Sunday, peacefully today.
And that's, I believe, the sound bath meditation for Karen, also, where she goes. And then, okay, then do we have the video for the Peace Party podcast? As you know, I took the role of a Peace Ambassador, team lead with the Global Heart of Peace. And thank you. And one of our projects is the Peace Party podcast, and we are inviting people, whether you're a member of the CSL or not, to, if you're inclined to do a podcast, 15 minutes or so, please feel free. Do we have that? Yeah. Right. Maybe we could show that later. So what a powerful morning. Thank you so much. Wow, 10 years. A decade. Thank you. Before I forget, Yvonne, is Reverend Beth Ngoy still online? She's still there, right? She's from She's now in Florida. She used to be in Geneva, Switzerland. 10 years or 9 years ago, CSL came up with this Heart of Peace project with Reverend Beth Injury and I think Dr. Nancy, I forgot the last name, I'm so sorry. They came up with the idea of Heart of Peace for the center, and our precious Juanita connected us with the global the Heart of Peace, and that's all how we started. Yeah, we started with a peace vigil. We didn't call it Heart of Peace back then. The first vigil that we did was 12 hours in this center, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. People come and go. There will be times there's nobody here, all silence. And Practitioner Christina, back then, she said, let's do something peaceful. So back in the day, I was just a party boy, so I don't know what peace is all about. So, but of course, that was my younger years. But anyway, that's how we started. And thank you, Reverend Beth, for your spearheading this Heart of Peace meditation. And I also wanted to thank Dr. Trish Hall for that beautiful welcome message. And of course to our calm expert, Jamie, thank you so much for that beautiful, actually I call it like centering, grounding. I speak. Willard, thank you for that beautiful centering. Yes, we're giving a peace a chance. And this is the chance now. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. What can I say? For your sound back, your voice, and your just presence here. And to your choir, thank you so much for coming. Patty and Dave, thank you. What else can you do without you? And Lauren, thank you for that beautiful message. Thank you for saying yes. Yes. And to my Heart of Peace angels, Yvonne, Kaden, Juanita, Monique, Gail. So without this, behind the scene, we're like, but here we are together. And I love doing this for you guys. Thank you so much. And Kaden, do we have the Zoom clip for the, This is our first Peace Ambassador meetup last Saturday. We have about 15 members, but we have about 10 of those. And from here in the center, Andy was there, who else? Juanita, Willard, Reverend Sandy, and the Dr. Trish. And we just had a great time, an hour. We have 15 members now. We have members as far as Thailand. There's a minister there. And so this is all over the world. So if you're interested, I always say, become a peace ambassador, because you're already one. And before I move forward, next month there won't be no Heart of Peace, because we will be all in Reno for the convention, that second week. So, but in May, we will have another Sunday Heart of Peace service, which will be due the 24th, the Sunday before it's the 4th Sunday actually, it's not the 5th Sunday, only for May, because we have a guest speaker the following weekend. So we would love to see you. Now, as we look around this room, we see the results of 10 years of dedication. But that dedication doesn't happen in a vacuum. As many of you know, March is a Women's History Month. While we often look back at the visionaries who paved the way, who are currently blessed we are currently blessed to be led by these wonderful women. The Ministry of Prayer team. It's just a man. But before They lead their hearts first, and they have taught us of what it truly means to become a possibilitarian. But before we say anything further, we have a short video that we want to show you.
If we could only say a few words, what would those words be? Could there ever be a phrase that could capture everything we feel and see? Thank you for coming together, being best friends and sisters too. Choosing the path less traveled, embracing spirit and what was yours to do. Thank you. Thank you, Rev Cheryl and Rev Stacy. We appreciate and thank you so for everything you've done and your commitment to expand and grow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your gifts and standing tall, even at times when it wasn't easy, creating this world that works for all. You've carried on a legacy, carrying on the work of Rev Cynthia Clay. You tirelessly work this calling through it all as a co-senior minister prayer. We honor all you've done and everything you still will do. A ministry of prayer wouldn't be here without you. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Rev Cheryl and Rev Stacy. We appreciate and thank you so for everything you've done and your commitment to expand and grow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your gifts and standing tall, even at times when it wasn't easy. Thanks for creating a space for all, seeing the vision with belief and knowing. We are thankful for LVCSL and the two that kept it going.
May I request the whole ministry prayer team to stand in front on stage. And Reverend Stacy and Reverend Cheryl, if you would, both of you please join us for a moment. Oh, sorry. So, in behalf of the Ministry of Prayer team, we would like to honor and celebrate you today. As we celebrate our 10th year of Heart of Peace in our center, we recognize the unwavering support and unconditional love you have been the breath that formed this community. We would like to present each one of you with this hand-blown pinky horn. And it says, represented to, I'll do it. Presented to Reverend Stacy Hilton, commitment and boundless grace. Love, your MAP team, March 29, 2026. Presented to Reverend Cheryl Bell, commitment and boundless grace. Love, your MAP team. So with that said, may I ask our Minister of Prayer to do a chamber prayer closing. I guess we're here to sing the peace song, or are we showing the Passover? Peace song. Happening to me right now. The mind knows it in my body, and so it is.
For 40 days and for 40 Eves, gotta cook and clean. Been working hard on this since Paris. Time now has come. Gonna host everyone Seder night. Seder for everyone. Just remember the 4 cups of wine. Cups of wine. People always told me, be careful with the food. Red horseradish and romaine hearts. And Sadie always told me, tradition starts anew. What a time to be a Jew. The whole family comes to you. Bobby Jean is at my Seder. On Passover, she loves to hear 4 questions. And the Kiddush and 4 sons. Loves to hear 4 questions. And the Kiddush and 4 sons.
Said you wanna be starting Seder, you got to be starting Seder. Said you wanna be starting Seder, you got to be starting Seder. Said you wanna be starting Seder, you got to be starting Seder. Said you wanna be starting Seder, you got to be starting Seder.
Oh, Pharaoh said, Moses, don't you come around here. You Hebrews are our slaves, you got me do not fear. But we were tired of this life filled with blood, sweat, and tears in Egypt. In Egypt. So Pharaoh, watch out, cause our God has a plan. Our nation won't be ruled by such an evil man. You're done being tough, better give the command to beat it. Leave as fast as you can from Egypt. Egypt. All the Jews are leaving Egypt. Can't wait for daytime, leaving that night. Before the sun or Matzah can rise in Egypt. In Egypt. Leave Egypt. Leave Egypt. Leave Egypt. Bimahira Biyamenu, Yavo Elenu. As he came into the Seder, he was struck by a Dayenu. We left the door a little open and a cup for him to drink from. Told him how the seas had parted. He got wine stains on the carpet. Eliyahu's okay. Eliyahu's okay. Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu's okay. Eliyahu's okay. Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu's okay. Eliyahu's okay. Eliyahu Hanavi. Egypt hit by. They were struck by some
true miracles.
We Jews were stuck in chains for all of our lives. It didn't feel real good, needed something different, had to make it right. A little piece of chart, a romaine lettuce heart, bitter herbs in a bowl. We gotta eat up, tear up, recall the lows that we felt so long ago. It's why we all had to go.
I'm thinking about the meaning of horror. I'm needing more than just this grain. A deep message, but it tastes so bitter. If you wanna take more raw and egg romaine, check our rosin and parsley on the Seder plate. Get the symbols right, they recall the time Pharaoh closed his heart and controlled our lives.
I'm thinking about the meaning of tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
I'm eating more than just this grain. And this message couldn't be any clearer.
if you know what freedom's worth, rejoice and praise. Take a look at the stuff on the Seder.
I'm gonna eat this grain the rest of my life.